the camera, but hope you're all doing so well. How are you this morning, afternoon, evening? Welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about finding your purpose. It's something that's just been on my heart for a long time, and I think it's long overdue. So I'm gonna basically let you know the tips that I've what I found to be helpful in trying to find my purpose. I feel like I'm there. I just think I'm still in the process of understanding what that purpose is. So I'll let you know I'll go through 3 ways that I have been able to kind of try find my purpose using this method. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. My name is Sita, and Sita T, but I just say Sita, and I hope you're well. This channel is basically just kind of encourage, motivate, help, advise anyone that needs any of the topics that I'm talking. Reinventing yourself, leveling up, things like that, womanhood, marriage. I do intend on bringing my twin sister in and her talking about her story, about marriage and so forth. So tune in for that, because that will be coming soon, and then you can see her side and also like a newlywed side and how dating works. I do think in today's society it is difficult today. I did do a video on finding your purpose. So for me, finding my purpose, I think, has been something that I've been in the pulling process. I feel like God is in a way being like, you've been trying to ignore this for too long. You've been trying to go with the flow, be on the rat race of life. What is it? I don't know, is it rat race? Just have a 9-to-5 job, do this, do that, and think you can forget it. And he's like, well, I haven't forgot it. So I think I've definitely in the past year I have been in a season of pressing, as in like pressing of like, are you gonna deal with this? Are you gonna deal with this? Are you actually gonna now submit? Because you know you're not happy in the sense of you're not happy in the role that you're in. Well, not happy in the role, but not happy in what you are doing for your life. I definitely am a person that likes to find meaning in things and why I do things. That is very much my motivator. Helping people is very much a great motivator for me. Any way that I can help, I'm very much that kind of person, and I feel like the roles that I've had as of late have just been one of them, of mundane, kind of like roll with the punches, do this, type this on here, do this, and it's kind of like, for me, it just feels empty. And I think that's why I've just had this thing where usually I just keep going and be like, you know, it is what it is, this is life, that's just life. Like, we live in a society where you just have to do what you need to do, and I've been very much willing to do that, but I think now there's a point where God's like, yeah, well, I'm taking you out of that now. You think that this is how it should be forever, but I've asked you to do more, and I've called you for something else. So I definitely think that's why I'm having this process of having to like be actually obedient in a way and surrender. I probably fully haven't been obedient, Lord forgive me, but I feel like we can all relate where we've been in areas where you're like, you know, but the reality of things, you're like, well, I need to pay the bills, and that's when obviously faith comes into it, and you're like, you know what, I'm just trusting God, and in a way God has the best track record for those who have faith. So I don't know why we end up being like, oh no, but I guess it's a human side of us. I digress. I did find out the meaning of purpose from the dictionary. And it says the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. And that is a great definition of the word. I definitely think I need to find the reason for why I exist, why I exist in order to do something. So the reason for which I exist, whether that is, some people exist for the reason of being someone's support, being someone's helping hand, being an advisor, some people coaches. Like, there's a reason for everyone why you are here, that you play a part. Basically, you are very important, and I think today's society does very much kind of belittle that and be like, well, you're just part of everyone, you're the same as everyone, it is what it is, like, you're not that. And you are important because you play a part, whether that's small or great. I definitely believe the smaller the part, actually the greater it is. I definitely believe that you don't have to be a mayor of something to actually make an impact. People make impacts on their community every day, every single day. People don't even know about it, but the people within that know it, and they can feel that impact like an earthquake. So I definitely think, never think your little is little, if you get what I mean. I'm a big believer in the small that you have is actually greater than the thing. Sometimes you thinking, oh, but that person has this and they have this influence. It's like your influence just has just as much of an impact. So don't forget our purpose. Finding what gets you out of bed in the morning. Not motivation, because motivation is fleeting, but what gets you out of bed. And it's like, you know what, if I never got paid for this, I would be okay. And if I do get paid, yes, bonus. But it's something I definitely think that brings peace on your life, and you feel like you have meaning in your life. I guess it's kind of the purpose bit. So definitely the first step, find. So find it, find the purpose, find what gets you out of bed in the morning. Something that makes you feel fulfilled and content, even if it's hard. I've realized that when something is hard but you feel led and you have a calling to it, the hardness is different from a hardness that you would have if you were in a job, let's say. Like for people, for the few days that I've done this, yeah, it's not easy. Okay, finding the lighting, putting the camera up, okay, getting the setting right, making sure that everything is you know, immaculate, perfect. I tell you this now for the people that do put down on content creation and anything like that, yeah, don't please, because it is something else. Okay, planning what you're gonna say, speaking fluently, projecting what you want to say correctly, all those things that have an aspect and there's an element that people don't always think. They just think, oh, you've clicked on a camera, you've talked a few minutes, and Bob's your uncle. Yeah, understand what your purpose is, and understand what it takes to fulfill that purpose. Because sometimes I think you think, oh yeah, I know my calling is to be a motivator or an advisor, and then it's like, okay, do you know what that takes? Do you need to read books? Do you need to attend lessons? Do you need to go into school again? Do you need to get someone under you that can train you or be a mentor? Things like that are things you have to look into. Definitely if you want to develop and become greater than what you aspire to be. So definitely say, understand it. And also just it gives you the realistic side of it as well, because sometimes you can have a dream or a purpose and sometimes it can be okay, then it's going to be easy, and it's not always going to be the case. Sometimes understanding this is what's going to take, it's going to take this steps and this to do this, to read this, that definitely helps you. Definitely know what it involves, what is required of you, whether that is training, being coached, like I said before, going to school, etc, etc. So definitely understand the purpose itself, understand the purpose, what you need to do, and what it will take to fulfill it, basically. So definitely that. So we have find, understand, and fulfill, the third one. Very easy. So basically take the steps to fulfilling your purpose. That's what fulfilling is. Completing the task, allowing, always aiming to improve, grow, gain understanding and knowledge, gain deeper understanding and knowledge, and dreaming bigger than what you ever thought was possible. That is what it's going to take to fulfill it. Being determined, being, even when you feel like, oh, I can't do this anymore, no, being like, no, I'm gonna do this. This is the purpose. This is the reason I wake up in the morning. This is the reason why I exist. So I definitely think that is a motivation to me for someone that has found the calling, found the purpose, that's trying to find it, has found it. Do those things. Find it, understand it, and fulfill it. 3 things, 3 steps. I'm in my journey as well, so I'm not perfect or I haven't found it fully, but by using the steps, I see myself getting to that stage, and I'm definitely in probably the understanding phase at the moment, because I believe I have somewhat to an extent found it. I just need to understand it, what the steps take, and then what it involves. what I'll have to do as well, what I need to do, whether that needs to be gaining resources from outside, resources that I have, etc, etc, and as well as fulfilling that. So fulfilling that is just continuously each day coming back, returning and doing what I need to do to make sure that I fulfill that purpose.